everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at Mad World Tarot. Back from my all singing, all dancing weekend. So catching up with some tarot here. We'll be catching up with tarot on the other channel, Signs and Wonders Tarot as well. And thank you to all of you who have put such interesting suggestions down for readings. I do appreciate it. I will certainly be making my way through many of those suggestions. So, Soulless Tarot on the tarot table today. For this first reading, we have serious business to look at. We have already looked at it. Meghan's alleged ambitions to be queen. We're looking at it again because Lady C has come out with her theory. Let's call it a theory, that allegedly, we need plenty of those in this reading. Allegedly, Meghan has a plot, basically, to pressure Prince William into renouncing the throne. That the plot is to make his life such a misery, so intolerable, that he will one day just walk away from it all. And I have seen walk away energy in these readings over time, the past 18 months or so, since the Princess of Wales got so ill. And so it's not beyond the realms of possibility that this is some kind of evil scheme. What Lady C says is that they're basically working on the Princess of Wales and her health condition, her vulnerabilities. Lady C mentioned the hacking into the medical records at that hospital where Catherine was treated, and pressure on Prince William, his family. He's a family man, devoted family man, pressure on his marriage. It will be so intolerable. It will just go on and on and on. Eventually, he will walk away. That's the thought. Now, Lady C says he will renounce for himself. The goal is for him to renounce for himself and for his children. I had a long conversation with ChatGPT, my new best friend, and Chat said to me, no, he can't renounce for his children. He can renounce for himself, and there will have to be an act of parliament, but the children are in the line of succession by their own birthright. It's got nothing to do with Prince William, so he can't do that. So Lady C, a little bit wrong there. If Prince William were to renounce, technically George would be the heir apparent and Harry would be regent. And that could be the scheme. There would have to be a whole other thing with Parliament to remove Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. Parliament would have to do that as their own thing, to remove them, and then Harry would be the heir to the throne. Harry would be king, Meghan would be queen. As Lady C said, of course, if that were to happen, Parliament would most likely intervene. Certainly the regency thing, Harry would not exactly be a desirable regent, and Britain would most likely become a republic. So if this is Meghan's evil scheme, allegedly, she might just be shooting herself in one of those giant feet of hers, because of course nobody wants Meghan as queen, and you could possibly hear the rolling of tumbril wheels over cobblestones if Harry and Meghan were to try and install themselves, and some light knitting also taking place. It might sweep the country. Knitting certainly swept our country during lockdown. We all remembered that we could once upon a time knit, and knit we did. Anyway, let us see what is going on. We need to remind you this is tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion. It is all wild speculation. I just read energy here on stories like this one of Lady C's, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So we're going to look and see Meghan's ambitions. We know from previous readings that she is dead keen on being queen. And is she cooking up an evil plot? Allegedly. One more shuffle. No, I don't need to. What else do I need to say? We're going to ask if William is aware of this. Lady C says yes, he is. Is Harry complicit? Lady C says too stupid to know what's going on. It's a very nice excuse, isn't it? I'm too stupid to know what's going on, what my wife is doing to my brother and my sister-in-law and my niece and nephews. Far too stupid. Then we're going to ask if William would ever walk away, and who would step into his shoes if he did. And outcome for the royal family and outcome for the Parkles themselves personally, if any of this happened. Ooh, there's the King of Cups. That's Prince William. As king, not as Prince William. There he is. There he is. So, I don't think there's anything more I need to say about that. It's just there. It's all about this. Trying to shove him off the throne, trying to force him to renounce his birthright. It's very biblical, isn't it? Very Old Testament, kind of nasty stuff that's going on here. Blood and guts. Let's see, vengeance. 9 of Wands. This is the situation, the heart of this thing. This is someone who is, as you can see, under heavy attack. The 9 of Wands. Everything on fire in this card. It's coming from all directions. The assault is relentless. This is the pressure. This is the make his life intolerable. I'm quoting Lady C here. And there it is with that 9 of Wands. It's just a constant assault. Constant. And eventually in the 9 of Wands, you kind of clinging on. You're just about surviving. But the slightest thing could just knock you down. If you don't have your guard up all the time in the 9 of Wands. And in this case, it's basically you've got to have your fire extinguishers out all the time because things are flaring up all over the place. Terribly draining, intense, savage energy that's coming through for me as an energy reader. So let's have a look at Madame and her aspirations, her ambitions, just generally. Ooh, we got the King of Pentacles and it's in reverse. That's Harry's energy. So we have the 2 brothers on this tarot table. There's Harry. And what this tells me is like she wants him, and this is how I'm reading this energy, of course, just to make that very clear, my opinion. She wants him to be a kind of puppet. He already is. The King of Pentacles is Harry's energy. She doesn't want him to be king as such. She wants to be really the one, the power behind the throne. So he would be allowed to have his crown, and she would of course be crowned with him, and have all of that pomp and status and all the stuff. But it would really be about her because he is in reverse here. So diminished, weakened. She, the power behind the throne. So it is a very dastardly plot, as Lady C seems to think. Let's ask the tarot that question. I got the 5 of Pentacles. Wow. Wow. I do think so. It's not the card I was expecting there, but the 5 of Pentacles is the outcast card, is walking away from, I was expecting more towery kind of, or devil kind of energy. But this is actually a better answer. Thank you, Tarot, for this better answer. Because the 5 of Pentacles is someone who is shut out from the safety and the security of that stained glass window, which is hallowed ground, which is palaces and churches and money and privilege and warmth and abundance and security and all those lovely things. And they walk away from it. They go out into the cold, into the blizzard, and they disappear. And of course, if Prince William were to renounce his right to the throne, he would lose all that money. He'd lose the Duchy of Cornwall, the Duchy of Lancaster in due course. He would lose all that crown, that lovely crown property. Lady C was listing it all today. Billions and billions worth of property all about, not just in the UK. Lady C didn't mention it's all over the world. So yeah, he would be banished, shunned, impoverished, wretched. That's the goal. That is the goal. So in my opinion, yes, there is some kind of impetus to make him relinquish his right to the throne. His awareness of this. What does he think about this? Allegedly, 2 of Wands plans. And it's interesting that it's 2. Because 2 people are involved in 2 of Wands energy in the planning and scheming. I'll prefer that word, scheming, for this particular 2 of Wands. He sees it, he knows it, he understands it. It's It's not surprise and shock, horror and everything like that. That would have happened 6 or 7 years ago. This is now that we're reading on. This is just awareness that plans are afoot to do this, and snoring. Very, very deep snoring going on here. Been a very busy day for the girl. So, how about Harry in this scenario? Lady C says too stupid to really know what's going on and doesn't really want to be king. I guess she had to say that. My readings show me that Harry really does want to be king. That's my opinion and my energy readings. What about Harry? And we've got the Empress in reverse. Interesting card. It's always Mummy Diana, first and foremost, because it's Mother, the Empress, and Mother in reverse. Mother didn't get a chance to be queen. So the reason Harry would be doing this, and this is a rather sick thought mental process for me reading the energy, is not for himself so much, but it's to vindicate Mummy. We know that Prince William told Diana that she'd get her HRH back when he was king, and all of that stuff. This is Harry's. He can't fix things, but he can install Meghan on the throne as queen in Mummy Diana's place. So replacement Mummy Diana, Diana too as queen. It would fix everything. Interesting that his energy is coming through in the reverse here. It's distorted, it's twisted, it's in its negative aspect. It's not his own agency. It's coming through very clearly for me. This isn't his clever plan. But I think it's being sold to him as somehow this will make everything better, and this is what Mummy Diana wants, and this will make things right. Twisted, I have to say. And I don't have the Deviant Moon Tarot on the tarot table. I have the Soulless Tarot, which I think is even more twisted than the Deviant Moon. Certainly the energy that's coming off these cards is making me feel quite chilled. So let's have a look at Prince William again, and likelihood of ever walking away. Just think, I've had it, I'm done, I can't stand this anymore, I'm walking away. Not because of Prince Andrew and all of that stuff, but because of the relentless pressure on him and his family. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a new start, a gesture of love. So if he were to throw it away, it would be out of love for his wife that he would do it. He would say, she's suffering, she's too ill, I can't do this anymore, I'm walking away. It's there in the energy, it's a potential. I'm asking hypothetically, I'm not asking if right now he's going to throw in the towel and say I'm done. But there is potential in here for him to say, it's too much to ask of her. She's going through it, and I do think her health situation isn't as good as people would like, and not necessarily the cancer, my opinion. Just saying. I think she might have ongoing issues for the original problem that she landed up in surgery for. That's my take on the situation. It's here. The potential is here. And Meghan, with a nose, you know, like a shark sniffing blood in the water, she smelt that blood. My opinion. If Prince William were to step aside, who would replace him? Would it be Prince George? Would it be the has-been? What would happen? Would Parliament intervene and say, no, 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 no? What would happen? We've got the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is not Harry. It's not Harry. It's a predicament. It's almost like an impasse that, what do we do? Now we were all stuck. And it's interesting that it's a female figure in here, and the 8 of Swords, which it traditionally is. You might find someone like poor old Anne having to be roped in reluctantly, because this person in this Eight of Swords is not keen on the idea at all. If it were going to be Harry or Meghan, there would be rejoicing in the energy. It would be dancing up and down. Me, it's mine. Finally, my precious. I have it again. But no, this is somebody who doesn't want it, who feels that it's a terrible kind of a sacrifice almost with that Eight of Swords. So I'm getting the Princess Royal would be called upon to step in this emergency, and it would be an emergency, absolute emergency. If Prince William just said, I need to focus on my wife. Even, you know, I don't know if you can take a sabbatical as heir, as king, as whatever, and say, I need to stand back and go away somewhere quiet. I need to go to the Caribbean for the next few years with my family. What would happen to the monarchy? We got the Page of Wands in reverse. Not the end, but it would be very bad news. It would be pretty grim stuff for them. It's just coming across as newspaper screaming headlines. Oh my goodness, this is what's happening. But it's not Tower, it's not Death, it's not those kinds of cards. It's not Major Arcana, it's headline news, but bad news. What about the lovely two in Montecito? How would it impact them? They are the ones, of course, that have, many would say, brought this pressure to bear on the British monarchy. How would it affect them ultimately? Ooh, the Star. Very hopeful, very optimistic of their prospects. Very. It's interesting because, as I say, you know, the general sentiment, the consensus is that nobody would ever tolerate them coming back, and certainly not at that high level. It's all hypothetical. It's all hypothetical. But this is because of this card, this Eight of Swords. It's giving me that if this were to happen, hypothetically speaking, so don't panic, don't, you know, all freak out. This Eight of Swords has this idea of somebody stuck. And I might even read, and I did think about it when I was in this energy, but I wanted to see what happened here. I might even read that card as Catherine saying, no, don't give up. I will stay in this tortured kind of environment to prevent that from happening. I didn't ask about her in this reading, and I should have, seeing as it's really all about her. And she's in here as well. He would do it. He would do it for love. He would make that big gesture if he was called to, if he felt that he had to. He absolutely would. Here he is with that cup. It's kind of a golden glow about him here. Absolutely he would do it. He would walk away. But I think that this is quite important energy in this Eight of Swords, that Catherine herself would say, I'll stand here, I'll stay here, I would carry on suffering. I will take whatever suffering I've got to take to prevent this. Bad news for the monarchy. It's not the end of the world for the monarchy. But hope springs eternal here with the Star. Still think they're in with a shout. And I think that what the Star card is telling me as a reader, because the Star is about, of course, your life's purpose, your path, your divinely ordained path. And we know that allegedly Meghan has been told by fortune tellers and things that this is her destiny. That is the destiny card. She's not going to let go of this. And I see this is just going to carry on. So no matter what happened, if this was Princess Anne, if William doesn't give up, and you know, I don't think he's thinking I'm going to give up thoughts right now. She is never going to let go of this. She is never, ever, ever going to let go of this. This is not how the people see her. This is how she sees her. That's what this card is telling me. That is, of course, my opinion. And that is the reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.